Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am here with my home fragrance empties for the last week. Here comes Rip. Can you say hi? I'm here with my home fragrance empties for the last week. It has been a wintry mix week. Winter storm Blair hit my area this week, so I have been working from home for 3 days. So I have quite a bit of wax, more wax than I would normally have in a week because I was home. Normally I work in the office 5 days a week, but since I work from home 3 of the 5 days this week, was able to get through some more wax. So I hope that those of you that also were affected by Winter Storm Blair, that things are good. We had, honestly, the roads are a mess, but no power outage, no internet outage. I was really surprised because we got about a foot of snow, some ice as well, and now it is snowing again. I feel like the roads finally were getting cleared and now it's snowing again. And I did want to say, I don't think you guys won't see this for a few weeks, but today is Friday, January 10th, I believe, if I have the date correct. And I am just so devastated seeing everything about the fires in LA. Like, I don't even know what to say. I don't know anybody personally that lives in the area, but if you are a viewer of mine and you live in that area and if you're impacted, my heart goes out to you. I pray for your safety and for your next steps, because watching it this week has been, like, I'm gonna get choked up. Watching it this week has been so emotional for me that I cannot even imagine what you all are going through. And I'm sorry to get emotional, but it's like, that is so devastating. I just feel so strongly for any of you that are impacted. And I pray so hard for you, and I hope that everybody is okay. And just seeing the animals and stuff, it's been a week here. Right, Rip? Yeah. So let me pull myself together though, and we will start with why you're here, not to watch me cry, but to go over empties for the week. But like I said, I have quite a few. We'll start with Scentsy, and then I will move into Lavender wax. For Scentsy, it's a small week this week. I finished off a counter clean in cranberry and cardamom. This was part of the, was it the Harvest collection? Maybe it wasn't the Harvest collection. I can't think of what this bundle was in, but it was a 3-pack counter clean in Golden Garland, this one, I believe, and then Frosted Cedar. So the cranberry and cardamom to me is a perfect Thanksgiving and Christmassy type of scent. Really enjoyed this one. Would love to have more of this, or some cranberry, something similar to this for next season. Then I finished one bar, and that one is in cashmere and corduroy. Love this scent so much. One of the reasons I even picked up this scent in the first place was because of Natalie. It was a scent that she really enjoyed. I'm not a huge cashmere person, so it was one that I avoided. But a couple years ago when I finally picked it up, I absolutely love it. It is such a cozy, perfumey, bedroom type cashmere scent. It has notes of vanilla, bergamot, cashmere, sandalwood. I love this. It is perfect for the bedroom. It's like a medium performer. Honestly though, I put scents like this throughout my whole house, but it is a perfect perfumey, warm and cozy bedroom and bathroom type of fragrance. Okay, then getting into Lavender wax, I have a sample from Alchemy in skeleton cookies. So I got this as an extra in a D-stash from Brittany. I don't know if Brittany watches my channel or not, but I have to say I purchased a few D-stashes from her, and she is fantastic. She ships things out really fast. She's great at communicating, and she always includes extras, which is not necessary, but is super sweet and appreciated. I haven't tried a ton of Alchemy wax, and so getting some samples was really, really sweet. This one in skeleton cookies, it it's like a bakery of some sort. I have it going in this room today, mixed with Knowles Farm Scents Spiced Caramel. This is another one that was included in the D-Stash Extras. So this is one of his samples. Salted caramel, cinnamon, and allspice. So the combination of these two together in this room is really lovely. Probably not a bedroom type scent, but I liked that I could kind of pair a little bit of bakery with the caramel. This is strong. I'm getting a little bit of cookie, but I do think that the Empire Alchemy is getting drowned out a little bit, but I'm getting a lot of that caramel. I'm not a huge caramel person, so this is probably not something I would pick up, but it is a good performer. It's a powerhouse in this room and smells really nice. From Traverse City Wax, this is also 2 samples that were included in that D-Stash as freebies, and I actually put them together in this room because I felt like they just kind of fit together perfectly. We have Cider Lane as well as Farmhouse Cider. The Farmhouse Cider to me is more of like a woodsy, earthy cider type of scent, whereas, you know, Cider Lane, you have just like true caramel apple. Of the two, I preferred the Farmhouse Cider. I'm a little bit over Cider Lane. I still enjoy it, but I don't love it as much as I used to love it years ago, I will say. But Traverse City Wax for me performs really well, and I just took the 2 pieces, stuck it in this room, and those performed great. I think the only other vendor I just have one scent from is Rose Girls. I finished a mini melter bag in Frozen Tundra. So definitely trying to get through my winter Rose Girls wax. This is Iced Vanilla Woods, the Bath & Body Works type, Icy Peppermint, and Campfire Toasted Marshmallows. This was fantastic. You really could smell the Iced Vanilla Woods. The peppermint was there, but it wasn't too intense. Rose Girls has, in my opinion, the strongest peppermint oil. Her peppermint really comes through in her blends. Look at this guy. My goodness. Thanks for being a good boy. Her peppermint really comes through in her blends. And I felt like it wasn't too much. You got the peppermint, you got the Iced Vanilla Woods. What is it? Campfire Toasted Marshmallows. A little bit of that. Maybe just kind of blended them together, but not sure I picked that out per se. Oh. Buddy, it's hard to film in empties when you're being so dang cute. In any case, that was a nice winter fragrance. Okay, cannot handle the cuteness today. Next I have a Sassy Girl Aroma. I finished off 2. One in Winter Biscuits. This was gifted from Summer Michelle, and this was a scent that I hear a lot about, but I had never tried. This is the sweet scent of Christmas baking. Permeates the home with warm hints of cinnamon, buttery pastries, gingerbread cookies, and patchouli. So I stuck this in my open concept. I liked this one, but this one was really light. I think if I did it again, I would melt it in the bedrooms. I just don't feel like it was strong enough for me to really have an understanding of what the scent is really like, and if it's something that I would purchase again. I would probably get it again whenever I decide to purchase from Sassy Girl again. I'm still really working through my stuff from her, you guys. I thought that, you know, being closed for a year, that I would be able to really get through a lot of my wax from her, but I haven't really touched too much of it. I've melted maybe 10 brittles, I don't know, throughout the year, and so I really need to make some progress on her wax before I allow myself to purchase again. But I would probably get this one again just to try it again, because I know it's a favorite of so many people. It just was a light performer for me. And then the other one, I think also from Summer, is a Black Hood. So this is essentially the By the Fireplace type from Replica. Chestnut and smoky woody accords mixed with sweet notes of vanilla, red berries, floral combination of orange blossom, and neroli essence. If you like By the Fireplace, this is a dupe for it. It smells amazing. I melted this yesterday actually in the open concept. This was a strong performer, and it was even going a little bit this morning when I got up. And so at first I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to change it. I can still smell it. But I noticed I only could really smell it if I went right up to the warmers. And if I walked up to the warmers, then it was very loud and I could smell it. But I couldn't smell it just kind of throughout the space as much anymore. So I decided to go ahead and change it. But this is a beautiful scent. I have another brittle of it that I purchased. So definitely one that I would recommend, I would pick up again and enjoy. From Teddy Bees, I'll start with the couple of samples that I finished from summer. She sent me the Creamy Cashmere and Fireside Marshmallow. So this is cashmere cream, caramelized sugar, fire roasted marshmallow, and a hint of whipped vanilla and sandalwood. So this was a pretty good sized chunk, a large chunk. So I decided to stick this in the hot plate in my bedroom warmer. I usually get really good performance in that warmer in my bedroom. Hot plates in general for me with Teddy Bees, but I normally get pretty good luck with that. So stuck this in the hot plate in my bedroom and wasn't expecting to love it because it is a cashmere based scent. And I've said this 1,000 times, but I don't always love Tiffany's cashmere. So didn't have, I guess, super high expectations of it, but I actually really enjoyed this. Now, her Fireside Marshmallow is one of my favorite scents from her. It's essentially a Marshmallow Fireside dupe, but I think it's zhuzhed up a little bit. It's like creamier and richer, more marshmallowy. There's something extra special about it to me than just Marshmallow Fireside. So I love that scent. So maybe it was the combination of the Fireside Marshmallow with the cashmere. I don't know, but I actually really thought this was beautiful. A beautiful bedroom scent. Not one that I need loads of, but if it ever was offered, I would pick up a souffle or two just to melt in my bedroom. It was super cozy, perfect for the winter, like a wintry bedroom type fragrance. Really enjoyed that. And then the other sample is chai tea and cookies. This one is signature sugar cookies, vanilla shortbread, and warm notes of chai tea. This was really pretty as well. It was chai, but it wasn't overly spicy. Had a lot of the bakery notes. Not a huge chai person, and I think I've tried other chai blends from her that I like better, but I enjoyed that one. And then 2 soufflés that I finished off this week. Today in the open concept, I am melting Winterfell. It is currently snowing at my window right now, and it's really pretty to watch, but I wanted to melt something very wintry appropriate, and this is probably one of my favorite winter scents from Teddy Bees. It's just exceptional. This is Marshmallow Fireside, Palo Santo, White Birch, Icy Snow, and Vanilla. I love the birch in this. The birch really stands out. I love the hints of kind of that icy snow. It's very fresh. It's like you're standing outside in the snowfall with the white birch trees. It is such a beautiful, just classic winter fragrance and perfect for a day like today. And then the other one I melted this past Monday, pretty much after Sunday or Monday. Now I can't remember, but we had pretty much gotten like a foot of snow at that point. And I am not a huge chocolate person in wax, but I do love a good hot cocoa type fragrance, especially on a cold, snowy winter's day. So I pulled out Dapper Dawn. So I've been letting this one sit and cure and kind of be ready for a perfect moment, because if it's not snowing out, I don't see me melting a scent like this. I only really want chocolate like this when it is a cold, snowy winter's day. But Dapper Dawn has notes of Palo Santo, creamy cocoa, and sensual vanilla. This was beautiful. It was very strong. Put the souffle in my open concept. It definitely smells like hot chocolate, like that nostalgic Swiss mix type of hot cocoa, but you get the Palo Santo. I can't say that it is incredibly strong, but it adds a depth to this. It adds a little bit of woodsiness to this. Very, very pretty. If I remember right, whenever people were hauling this scent in whatever pre-order this was in, I feel like I remember Stephanie saying, Steph Melts, that she thought this could be a perfume type. I don't know if she ever confirmed that, and I can't remember what she said it might be, but this would be a really pretty wintertime, just chocolatey, rich perfume. Not a scent that I need tons of because, again, it's a very specific type of scent. I'll only melt at a certain time, but really pretty, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Next, I have Lavender and Speckles. You guys, what a great Lavender and Speckles melting week, let me tell you. So first off, let me do these two together. Two of the pine cone sampler scents, and it drove me to posting on the Facebook page. So I've got Palo Peppermint Pine Cones, which is exactly what it sounds like, Palo Peppermint and Pine Cones. And then I've got Pine Cones, Spice, and Sugar Cookie. So this one is roasted pine cone, cinnamon bun, creamy frosting, pumpkin pie spice, and sugar cookies. So I melted these on the same day, one in the wax room here and one in my bedroom. And I just kept coming back here and being like, this smells so dang good. Her roasted pine cone, I'd say Beth's and Britta's have the best roasted pine cone oils out there. Both of their oils are unbelievably fantastic. So I kept coming back here and being like, these are so amazing. The pine cones and spice and sugar cookie, I love that you got a little hints of the spice, but it wasn't overly spicy. Beautiful kind of bakery forward pine cone blend. And then the Palo Peppermint Pine Cones, what I like about this one is that you really get all three of those notes evenly, and none really stand out more than the other. I will say for this one, I felt like the Palo and the Peppermint died first, and I was left with the pine cone, which I actually really enjoyed. You got the other notes for quite a while, and then once those other notes died, I felt like the pine cone just really stuck around. Her pine cone sampler was amazing, and she offered this in January of 2024, and so I posted on the Facebook page saying, hey, please, can we have the pine cone sampler back? Because I honestly would buy 2 of them probably, and I would buy every single scent that was offered in that pine cone sampler. Again, I love roasted pine cone though, and just everything blended with it was so perfect. And so a lot of people, that post had a lot of traction on it. I guess a lot of people also really enjoyed the pine cone sampler. So she's not going to do it in February, but she said the pre-order after that, so maybe March or April, she will offer the pine cone sampler again, which I am stoked about because it is just beautiful. And I just love, like, if I'm going back to a space to constantly try to smell it, you know it's a winner. So highly recommend any of her pine cone blends. And if you guys like that type of scent, look out for the sampler in not the next pre-order, but the pre-order after that. Honestly, all of these I'm sharing with you from Lavender and Speckles, I would get again. They were all amazing. I had a really great melting week. This one is a small bag in Peppermint Sea. So this is plum, sea salt, ozone, and peppermint. I loved this one. This was so pretty. The peppermint was there, but you really got that kind of ozonic, ocean, aquatic type of fragrance as well. This blended so beautifully together. Honestly, this type of scent I could melt not only in the winter, but also in the summer and spring because it has those ozonic, aquatic type of notes to it. Absolutely love this. This was a small bag, so it comes with 6 pieces, and I melted this in my open concept. Powerhouse, so strong. Absolutely would get that again. I finished a large bag in Vanilla Winter. So I picked this up the last time I did customs. This blend is just Jenny's blend here on YouTube. She did customs and came up with this blend. And I remember watching her customs being like, yes, I need that. And so I put it on my customs list and picked it up. This is Vanilla Snowflake, Creamy Vanilla, and Pie Crust. So Vanilla Snowflake is the Bath & Body Works type. It is my favorite Bath & Body Works scent ever. Oh, other than Leaves, that's hard to say. Vanilla Snowflake is definitely my favorite winter scent. I will give it that. It's my favorite winter scent. It is a creamy vanilla with a little bit of coconut and a little bit of mint. It is so stunning. So then you take that, you blend it with the extra vanilla and the pie crust. Her pie crust oil, you guys, is so beautiful, and you actually smell it. It is a strong oil, or she puts more of it in there, whatever she does, because it is a very prominent pie crust fragrance. This was gorgeous. I melted this back to back multiple days because I just couldn't get enough of it. You really at first kind of got the Vanilla Snowflake, and then all of a sudden that pie crust hits, and it hits strong. Such a beautiful vanilla bakery type fragrance. I melted this 2 different days in the wax room and my bedroom, just back to back. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend if you like a vanilla bakery type of fragrance, and something I will absolutely get again. And then the last is a clamshell that she had gifted me in an order, which was so incredibly sweet. So it has a handwritten label on it. I don't know what the notes are, but it's called Trim Tree and Vanilla Bliss. So I stuck this into the bedrooms, and this is so pretty. And you know what this reminds me of? I don't know what the notes are, and I didn't compare them side by side, but this reminds me a lot of Christmas Past from Teddy Bees. If you have tried that, it is a tree blend, but there's apple in it. It is kind of a fresher tree blend. It is so pretty, and this smells a lot like it. I don't know if they're dupes or if they're even close. I don't know what the notes in this one are, but I do feel like they're in the same scent family at least. So if you like Christmas Past from Teddy Bees, you would enjoy this one. This is Trim Tree and Vanilla Bliss. Absolutely would get this again. I don't know if this was like a tester or what she was doing with it, so I'm gonna have to message her and say, what are you doing with this scent, because it is stunning, especially for like next holiday. It would be perfect. So that's everything from Lavender and Speckles. Then the last vendor I have is Second and Spruce. So I've been trying to focus a lot on some of my Second and Spruce wax because I just have so much of it too. And I want to make sure I'm allowing things to not get too old. So let's start first with the 2 testers that she included as samples in the fall into winter pre-order. I melted both of these already. We have Cookie Cutter and Island Beach Party. Both of these I would get again. Island Beach Party was a beach night blend, and it had like pineapple and coconut. It was a tropical take on beach nights. It was like you were drinking a pina colada at the beach. It was so pretty. This is one I would definitely pick up if she offered it, and I'm hoping that she does. If she does like a pre-order around springtime, I would pick this one up for the summer. That was so good. And then Cookie Cutter. This was just a really nice bakery fragrance. Again, I'm not sure what the notes are, but a warm cookie, milk and cookies, bakery type scent. Both of these were good performers. If you're looking for just like a classic bakery, you could use it on its own. You can mix it with other things. That one was really, really good. Then I finished a shape bag. This was from the winter sampler that she did this past summer. And it was, you kind of can see it a little bit, but it was in a snowflake shape. This is Christmas Jumper plus Apple Cider Donut. So this is Sweater Weather, Apple Cider, Vanilla, and Apple Cider Donuts. So this was poured August of 2024, and this was incredibly strong. I left this in the warmers for, I think, 2 days before I took it out. The Sweater Weather was very, very prominent, although I did get the apple cider as well. So the Sweater Weather didn't overtake the apple cider donuts. And I do feel like Sweater Weather by nature is a very strong scent, very intense, and so I'm not super surprised this lasted 2 days, but I really enjoy Sweater Weather, so I liked this a lot and appreciated that it went for 2 days in my open concept. That was awesome. I have 2 of these like little single piece clamshells. She included this in the milk and cookie sampler, and the idea was that you could blend them with milk and cookies and get your own concoction, if that makes sense. But I ended up just melting these on their own. So I took each one and stuck them in a single hot plate warmer. So we have gingerbread buttercream, which is gingerbread cookies and buttercream. And then we have eggnog buttercream, which is eggnog and buttercream. Both of these absolutely beautiful. The gingerbread was really nice blended with the buttercream. I'm not a huge gingerbread person, but the buttercream really helped this for me. So pretty. This is one I definitely would get again, and a great performer. The standout to me was the eggnog buttercream. Whatever oil she uses for eggnog, it is just exceptional. It is so rich and creamy and decadent. And then you just mix it with an extra creamy, sugary, decadent buttercream. I absolutely love this so much. This one was a great performer as well. Stuck that one in my bedroom, and both of these through for the entire day. So I would definitely get both of those again. And then I melted 3 different tubs. So all 3 of these are in her old style, like plastic lids. And so they're definitely some of my oldest second and spruce, and I wanted to make sure I got through them this winter. So first up, we have smoked eggnog. So this one is a year old. This was poured in January of 2024. This has eggnog, mala fireside, and smoked vanilla. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful scent. Like I talked about her eggnog just a minute ago, it's essentially that, but you add those smoky vanilla notes. It is a stunning scent. I love it so much. Unfortunately, I put this throughout my whole open concept as well as the bedrooms. So I used this entire tub throughout my house, and it was maybe a medium performer for like 3 hours, and then it completely died. Like I got nothing else from it. So I do remember leaving it in the warmers for a little bit longer, thinking I was just going nose blind to it, but I had come in and out of the house and nothing. So this one died incredibly fast for me, which was disappointing. So I ended up changing out the warmers really early that day. It's still a scent that I would get again. I just need to, like I've mentioned in previous videos, so I don't want to harp on this too much, but I think I just need to use my second and spruce relatively quickly and not let it sit a year. Or I did not have these tubs double bagged, so I probably need to start double bagging some things and making sure that I'm keeping the scent good. These other 2 are older as well, and I got better performance from these, and so maybe it was just this particular tub. I don't know, but this one did die on me quickly, although I've had that scent perform well for me in the past. So maybe it was just the time that I melted it as well. Then I did Iced Winter Woods. Now this one is also a year old, little over a year old. This was poured in December of 2023. This is Fir Needles, Iced Vanilla Woods, Roasted Pine Cone, and Mallow Fireside. Loved the scent of this so much. Did the same thing with this, used the entire tub throughout my house, and this had good performance. It was more of a medium throw, but I very well could smell it. That roasted pine cone really was lingering in the air, and this lasted the entire day. Good 24 hours before I changed it. I love roasted pine cone. I loved the icy vanilla woods that you got from this. So I don't know. Maybe the smoked eggnog was just a fluke. Just, you know, we all have bad melting days too. Maybe it was something with my nose or whatever. But Iced Winter Woods definitely would get that again. Really enjoyed that scent. And then lastly, Vanilla Snowflake. Like I mentioned earlier, this one is again a Bath & Body Works type. This is frozen vanilla, winter spearmint, coconut flakes, and a hint of iced fir needles. This one I want to say is ever so slightly different than Vanilla Snowflake from Bath & Body, but it is very, very close. A beautiful scent. Again, use this whole tub throughout the open concept and in the bedrooms. And it was a medium performer, but it lasted all day as well. So very similar performance to the Ice Winter Woods. I was happy with that. I remember the first time I melted this, I put a whole tub in my open concept, I think, or maybe I did the same setup, but I used a whole tub and I about drowned myself. It was so intense in the scent. So I definitely was a little bit more subdued this time, but it still was a good performer and it lasted like 24 hours. I have another tub of this, so I might try to melt that here in February just so it doesn't linger around another winter, because then it will be 2 years old, or I need to make sure and stick it in a double bag. So we will see what I decide to do. But that is it for my empties for this super snowy week here. It's so beautiful outside, you guys. I'm over the snow because I would like to drive places safely, and poor Rip, walking has been negligible because there's nowhere to go. So yeah, it's supposed to be almost 40 this weekend, so hopefully some of this will melt a little bit, but it is really pretty to watch it come down. But enough of my rambling for today. I really hope that you guys enjoy and seeing everything that I finished recently, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.